So like I said in my last video, I would show you guys my new surprise, and it's a new gaming PC. I got the GTX 1080 MSI Gaming X version because it's pretty cool, quiet, just everything you need, and an overclocked i7 6700K to 4.8 gigahertz, a Samsung 850 EVO 512 gigabyte SSD. So that's pretty quiet, and then I got some sound dampening, cushioning, and foam inside of there, and just some interesting lights, and 64 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, I can actually barely hear it under load. The loudest thing in the computer is actually the case fans because they're at 100% because I didn't get a fan controller, and I'm used to a laptop where everything's automatic, but apparently that's not the case with case fans. So yeah, but again, it's very quiet. Star Wars Battlefront maxed out at 1080p. It just locks itself at 200 frames per second. I'm kind of shocked by that. And Battlefield 1 is at 4K Ultra 60 frames per second locked on my TV. Because I don't have a monitor, so I'm just using my 4K TV. Battlefront, 4K 60 frames per second. Assassin's Creed Unity and Batman Arkham Knight and a few others that fluctuate between like 35 and 50 frames per second. I thought that it would be pretty bad, and I wouldn't say unplayable like everybody else in the PC Master Race community is always saying, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's better than 30. Even 30 is kind of playable, but between 30 and 60, when it's fluctuating in that like 40 to 50 frames per second range, like, come on guys, stop being so spoiled. It's 4K. This graphics card pretty much handles everything I throw at it. So currently this is my setup. I haven't adjusted and set up tables and desks, but here's the desktop with some lights. There's actually a lot of space. And then I have my Vizio 4K 49-inch TV. And because it's got HDMI 2.0 connected to it, it's 4K 60 Hz, and the full color spectrum looks pretty nice. I don't even have anything, so I'm just kind of sitting on this couch and using the mouse and mouse pad, and then I did the review on the Razer Deathstalker. So got that. Everything's kind of clunky, it's not organized, but it will be soon. But this thing gets completely quiet under load, and it looks pretty sick. On the top we have these green fans that are going off. They're actually kind of loud because they're running at 100%, so I gotta get a fan controller. And then we have these white fans, two of them here, and they're the second loudest. But then I just have a colored LED. This I got the 150 power supply. I'm at the 750 power supply because apparently if you have extra juice, it doesn't put the power supply under load, is what I read online. Maybe I'm wrong, leave a comment and tell me, but everyone says that the fans turn on this, but I've never heard the power supply even under load, so I guess I made a good decision. Here's that beast, the MSI gaming one. It doesn't even have its fans on. Like, the fans rarely come on. Like, I can be playing a game in 4K and sometimes the fans just don't even come on because it stays so cool and quiet. Like, they never go 100%. Maybe they'll jump up to 40 occasionally. And then we got the water-cooled CPU, looking pretty sick back there. This fan for the CPU, the radiator, it's the second loudest fan. Not the second, it's the third loudest. It's like internally it's the loudest, but it rarely comes on. It's pretty quiet because I got the fan upgrade and can't really see in the back. There's some sound dampening foam, but this whole setup is it's pretty sick, and it's very quiet. I didn't try to go for the coolest looking case, but the lights kind of just came as a free upgrade. But I don't care about the case because I'd rather spend my money on components that actually have a purpose. So this should be a beast streaming PC because I've stress tested it, put it under load, under After Effects, Adobe Premiere, gaming at 4K, and it barely makes a sound. So sometimes you guys won't have to hear that leaf blower sound like what was on this chunky laptop. It sounded like a jet engine taking off. And I'll show you guys just kind of some little quick benchmarks, real world benchmark. So here we are doing Star Wars Battlefront 4K. VSync is off. And we are going to go Ultra. Don't really need anti-aliasing at 4K. And let's start this little mission. So we're getting around 80. Okay, well 100. Well, you know, that's just a different type of scene. It's like super crystal clear from what I can see on my TV. You know, it's gonna be different because I'm using a cell phone to film this. So yeah, 70. And this game is one of the most graphically advanced games. And this is without an overclock. So, no overclocking. Nothing. High 60s, low 70s. Yep. Above 60 the whole time. Can't see. Okay, yeah, anyways, this is hard to control, but yeah, look at that. So here we have Battlefield 1 4K Ultra, but no AA. And it's just a team deathmatch. Let's see. Here we go again. High 60s, low 70s, same as Battlefront.
Our side have struck first.
It was very hard. Oh my god, stupid mouse, but yep. Pretty crazy. Low 60s for the GPU under full load. I don't even have the air conditioning on either at my house.